Okay, so I guess I have to kind of go back to the beginning. My first day at Kennesaw, we did orientation, and I was told by the advisor I had to pick either criminal justice or psychology. And I told her that I wanted to do both, and she told me no. And I didn't listen to her and signed up for both classes anyway. And I'm really glad I did because I just fell in love with criminal justice and psychology. So I ended up majoring in psychology and minoring in criminology, which just blend really well together. And then I kind of thought, well, might as well add criminal justice on top of that. I really appreciated in all my courses kind of being treated as an equal or like a peer, because I know an undergraduate, you're looking up to these professors and they're big scary professors, but in the MSCJ program, like it felt more like a community, and I felt very comfortable voicing my opinion, and I can be very opinionated at times, but I felt like my opinion was always respected and my voice was heard, and I really appreciated that. My first semester in the MSCJ program, I was lucky enough to get to be Dr. Lee's GRA, and that was a completely new experience. It was super challenging. He is a brilliant individual, and it took a little bit of time to kind of catch up to the speed that he expected me to be at, but it was so rewarding, and I got to do some amazing research with him that was so outside of what I thought I was interested in, so it was just even more exposure. I'm currently a TA for Dr. Stringer, and I'm using my TA course for a directed study, so I'm the first in the MSCJ program to do that. I originally pitched the idea to Dr. Stringer and he liked it, and then we pitched it to Dr. Totten and he thought it was a great idea, especially because I would like to be a professor in the future, so it gives me a wonderful experience to be able to practice kind of seeing what a course is like and designing my own syllabus and talking about my teaching philosophy. So that's been a wonderful experience, and I got to get a little bit closer with Dr. Lee and Dr. Stringer, who are two of my thesis committee members. So my research that I submitted to the Southern Criminal Justice Association conference is a portion of my thesis. So my thesis is on police officers' perception and knowledge regarding Miranda and the public safety exception. So while this seems like a lot, it's actually pretty straightforward. I'm wondering about a small exception to the Miranda rights. And I wanted to survey police officers to find out what their perspective was on that and how much knowledge they had. So I took one of my hypotheses from my thesis and submitted that in an abstract to the Southern Criminal Justice Association Research Showcase, and I did that in the form of a lightning talk. So Dr. Totten and I worked really hard to make this video that couldn't be longer than 3 minutes, and it's really hard to get a third of your thesis in 3 minutes. But I submitted it and I ended up winning first place for Master's Lightning Talks at the Research Showcase, which was really exciting to see that all the hard work I've done on my thesis was kind of paying off and that people were really interested in what I was doing. So, of course that makes my little nerd self like super excited. Well, I just submitted my final thesis last Friday, and I'm defending in 2 weeks from tomorrow. So that's a huge wait to be basically so close to being done with my thesis. And then I'm graduating December. I am currently in the process of applying to PhD programs. I am kind of shifting back to psychology a little bit. I'm applying to programs in psychology and law and social psych. But I think the MSCJ program has prepared me really well to go on to hopefully getting into a PhD program, because it's been really rigorous working on my thesis and all the classes. And I don't know if many people know this, but most people in the MSCJ program work full-time. So you're working with criminal justice professionals in the field that want to better themselves and go get an additional degree. So a lot of my peers are very, very smart and they're amazing in their area. And so you're learning from your peers and you're having wonderful conversations with professors. And then through the whole research process with my thesis, I feel very prepared no matter what comes my way, that I'm able to handle it. I feel very confident in my research and just kind of the student that I've become from Kennesaw.